Stop what you're doing, everyone, because this isn't your normal celebrity drama. This is a straight-up Lifetime movie mixed with a murder mystery. You know who's at the heart of it? It was none other than David Mann, Mr. Gospel's husband. Yes, the lovely boy who has been praising, and teaching love for his wife was arrested for allegedly attempting to poison her. The legendary man from Tamil Nadu. Hold on, what? With Take Me to the King, the same Tamela gave us shivers. The woman who was by David's side through good times and bad. That one, indeed. It now appears that a murderous plot simmering hotter than a southern pot of collard greens was hidden behind those Sunday smiles. The million-dollar question is now, was this a twisted act of retaliation, a desperate plea for attention, or just plain a sick betrayal? You'll want to take a seat for this one because Dr. Jackie just went live on Instagram and shared some receipts that will make your jaw drop. Keep your eyes open. Hold your breath. Your entire perspective on sacred matrimony is about to be completely upended by this scandal. Let's explore the chaos. Did you ever imagine that one day you would wake up to the news that Tamela Mann, the popular gospel musician, had been detained in connection with a murderous plot? None of us did, actually. But that's precisely what just took place. And with a twist of treachery, poison, and a healthy dosage of the devil being busy. The details are right out of a Lifetime film. Let's go back to the beginning of this sacred roller coaster. On the exterior, everything was picture perfect. The golden couple of the Gospels, David and Tamela Mann, appear together at award presentations, share joyful family videos, and praise God together. Their individuals looked up to love stories, Christian marital ideals, gospel royalty, and black love. Until Tama's unexpected health crisis left everyone wondering if everything that glitters is actually gold. Tama was taken to the hospital under suspicious circumstances a few weeks ago. Initially, it appeared to be side effects from her recent weight loss attempt. You know, the one she publicly shared online? Yet rumors began to circulate that her illness didn't match the expectations of medical professionals. She wasn't just passing out. She was exhibiting signs of poisoning. Everything changed at that point. According to hospital insiders, Dr. Jackie, who had been directly involved in Tama's care, grew quite anxious and asked to speak privately with hospital officials. However, before any action could be taken, Dr. Jackie went live on Instagram. Her eyes wide, her voice trembling, as she said something nobody could have predicted. "I'm not to fault," she said. "I did it because of him. 'Twas all David." The entire industry was rocked by just one sentence. Dr. Jackie claims that she was duped. "No, I was forced to give a drug to Tamela while pretending it was medical care." According to Jackie, David came up to her when Tama was recuperating and asserted that Tama had been experiencing pain and needed more potent medication. Jackie claimed that despite something falling off, she still trusted him. It gets wilder. Though, then Jackie disclosed that she was supposedly promised money by David. We're discussing enough to be silent, enough to keep the poison running under the radar of normal hospital protocol, enough to ignore it. Jackie said that she was afraid for her own safety, life, stating that David cautioned her against acting inappropriately, or else things might go south for her as well. And this is the unexpected turn of events. The daughter of David and Tamela, Tiffany Mann, had begun to inquire weeks before her mother's hospitalization. According to family insiders, Tiffany had observed odd conduct from David. He allegedly erased messages from Tamela's phone and was constantly monitoring her medications because he was paranoid. The most significant hint, Tiffany, according to reports, a bottle of unmarked vials with only numbers on it. No pharmacy tags or instructions was discovered in David's home drawer. Her father dismissed them as stress relievers when she challenged him about it. However, Tiffany was unable to remain silent when Tamela passed out a second time. A family friend who works in a private lab received the vials from her in secret. She was completely taken aback by the results. Traces of a rare neurotoxin are present in those vials, one not frequently present in any authorized drug. It is almost invisible in the majority of hospital screens unless properly tested for, since it can mimic symptoms of nausea, exhaustion, and finally organ failure. When Tamela's condition was reassessed at that point, the physicians discovered that she had identical poisons in her system. Hell erupted. They phoned the police. After an investigation was started, David Mann was the center of attention. What was the motivation then? Why would a God-fearing, church-going man like David, Tamela's longtime spouse, seriously consider hurting her? According to sources, control and money may have been major factors. Tamela has apparently recently been negotiating deals on her own. She was negotiating the release of a TV special, her own gospel record label, and even a biography that did not present David as the ideal husband. Rumor has it that Tamela had begun to distance himself from his boss. She desired her own squad, her own space, as well as, certainly, a potential separation. Let that sink in now. Could David have lost it if he witnessed Tamela moving away from him on an emotional, financial, and professional level? Could decades of love and commitment have been overshadowed by ego and jealousy? Remember that this is the same couple who, on national television, had proclaimed their marriage to be unbreakable. In their book, Us Against the World, they discussed their profound tales of triumph over adversity, but the reality may have been more sinister than any of us could have imagined. According to unidentified family acquaintances, the past year was tense in the man's home. Arguments, chilly receptions, sleeping in different rooms. And most unsettling of all, Tamela reportedly told a church leader that she no longer felt comfortable. Perhaps that one sentence was the first genuine call for assistance. She is also completely collaborating now that Dr. Jackie has revealed the whole affair, transferring documents, emails, texts, and everything else to the police. She is willing to testify in court, according to her attorney, who also asserts that she only took part because she was coerced and afraid. Authorities discreetly pulled up David Mann when he was at what was ostensibly a prayer breakfast. The word spread like wildfire when the cuffs were applied, even though there were no cameras or scenes. The public is split. David would never. According to some, others have been by their sides. Since Tamela began to climb higher on her own, she has been scrutinizing him. Remember that this is not the first instance of a so-called gospel marriage getting into trouble behind the scenes. Faith and fame don't necessarily go hand in hand. And even the most sacred picture can be destroyed in a moment when secrets, power, and control are revealed. But hold on, you're completely mistaken if you believed it ended here. Since the events following David's incarceration caused this story to go even more out of command, another voice raised its voice. A confession from someone who has been quiet for years could indicate that this was not David's first foray into the dark. Did you all think the first half was crazy? Hold on tight, because what's going to happen next isn't only going to be surprising, it's absolutely biblical. We're discussing the most serious kind of treachery. Alleged attempted murder, dubious medical practices, and covert backroom transactions all surround the one and only David Mann, now represented as the snake in the gospel garden. The actor had played America's favorite church-going spouse. Let's go back in time, because just when people believed that Tamela Mann's illness was the result of bad luck or a straightforward health issue, Dr. Jackie's now famous tearful Instagram Live came out and she revealed everything. Return. That's exactly what she said. I didn't just randomly inject that woman. I received instructions. David stated it. Would be beneficial to her. I believed I was assisting. Hold on now. In front of 120,000 live viewers, Dr. Jackie is hurling David Mann under the bus. Blink twice, sis, if you feel threatened. The woman also revealed some significant receipts, pictures of payment transfers, voice recordings of late-night calls, and direct messages that vanished from her Instagram account without explanation. She claimed to have been coerced, tutored, and paid off. Let's not forget about those vocal notes. Just do what I told you. She keeps asking questions. We'll say it's part of her detox. I got this under control. One of them allegedly said, sounding like David Mann, not him using his wife as a test subject. No, sir, that isn't miraculous healing while telling the world it's weight loss injections. That chaos is reminiscent of Breaking Bad. According to people familiar with the matter, this was not an isolated incident, not at all. It was the third time. According to reports, Tama became very ill 3 times following private appointments with Dr. Jackie. It was all put up by David, and it is said that no one from the family is present. Only Jackie, David, and supposedly poison. But hold on, it gets more juicy. An unnamed medical facility, when internal documents were leaked, a staff member called her nurse to reveal that Tamela's medical file had been flagged for odd biochemical reactions that weren't consistent with her current medications. To put it another way, her body was being injected with something alien, something hazardous. And who gave the go-ahead for the mystery medications? David Mann. While Tamela was asleep, he allegedly gave his approval under the spouse consent clause. Tell me then, who consents to life-altering injections when their significant other is in a coma? It's not love. It's diabolical. Let's now discuss the public's response to Black Twitter's explosive growth. There's no way David is trying to kill Tamela. It's played Mr. Brown. My childhood is ruined, one person wrote. I warned you about wolves in gospel clothing. Phew. The entire gospel community is in ruins. It's like the BET Awards and the ID channel. Had a baby named Scandal Sunday. And you remember Tiffany Mann Tama and David's daughter? Another person said. This is why I don't trust any man who sings and manages his wife's career. That man is a double agent. A few days prior to the alleged incident, strange gift baskets were delivered to Dr. Jackie's private clinic. Security footage purports to show a man wearing a hoodie similar to David Mann's build dropping off a package labeled urgent, but some claim it was just fruit and tea. She has been extremely quiet lately until she abruptly unfollowed her father on Instagram just hours after Dr. Jackie's live went viral. Coincidence? I don't think so. Others allege it was a cellophane-wrapped bribe. And guess what? A caretaker came forward and said he heard David say, once this is over, she'll be too weak to fight back in the corridor. You're a Bond villain, sir, not simply a gospel singer. Bishop Leroy Simmons, the pastor of the Mann's family, issued a well-crafted statement saying, we ask the public to pray for our family during this trying time, which only served to heighten the media frenzy. This predicament has numerous facets, and only God is aware of the reality. Translation: we're going to let Jesus handle it, but we're not denying it. The gossip blogs are going crazy right now. One even asserted that David allegedly attempted to cash in a $3 million covert insurance policy in Tama's name last month. Insiders claim that the insurance company's fraud investigation team has been launched, but an insurance company representative declined to comment. According to reports, Tyler Perry, who collaborated with Tamela and David on numerous films, even withdrew from including David in any future endeavors. As the woman at the center of it all, Dr. Jackie has gone into hiding. A leaked email states, "We cannot risk public association until this matter is resolved." Damn, even Madadia won't save you now. The webpage for her clinic is unavailable. Her phone's cut off. According to a neighbor, she packed 3 pieces of luggage into a black SUV and disappeared into the darkness. Witness safety or a Bali vacation? Who knows? However, Sis is no longer there. What everyone really wants to know, though, is why David would do this. Why would you want to hurt the lady who helped him create an empire? According to some, it was jealousy. Some claim it has to do with control. However, the most outrageous theory was that Toma intended to give up music and concentrate on her ministry without David. Yes, Rumor has it that David reportedly did not approve of her going financially and spiritually alone. Not to mention that his name has purportedly been connected to a number of unsuccessful business endeavors over the years. None of them succeeded, including a line of barbecue sauce and a gospel-fit home gym series. They all suffered financial losses. Was Tamela's accomplishment the final straw that kept him afloat? This tale has officially devolved into gospel conflict, regardless of the cause. And some fans are yelling for justice, while others are praying for healing. We haven't finished yet, though, because part 3 is the most explosive. Trust me. If you thought Dr. Jackie's Instagram Live was the high point, you haven't seen anything yet. There will be legal consequences, police investigations, public boycotts, and leaked court files. Now inhale deeply, go back if necessary, and for the spectacular climax, join me in part 3. Together, let's complete this saga. But just when? It seemed that this toxic tale could not get any more out of control. It does. Tama's own daughter, Tiffany Mann, went live on Instagram and revealed everything in a dramatic, tearful confession that left social media stunned. As if they had just watched the Scandal's season finale. Tiffany spoke loudly, her voice quivering. From what she described as betrayal from my own lineage, mascara running down her cheeks. Evident. Let me be honest, even though you guys continue to disparage Dr. Jackie. She wasn't by herself. She was manipulated by my father, David Mann. I was present. I overheard the discussion. Mama was no longer listening to him, so he planned it all. Yes, she did say that. She made that nuclear-level admission as if it were inconsequential. And her Instagram Live went viral before you had a chance to even reload your feed. Videos of her sobbing, yelling, and pacing barefoot in what appeared to be a church basement were all over the place. Fox News, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter all learned about it. More quickly than a Kris Jenner publicity stunt. Hashtags like #DavidDid and #JusticeForTamela began to trend. And the reaction wasn't limited to supporters. Oh no! Insiders in the gospel industry, former backing singers, choir members, and even a nurse who had previously treated David Mann for a nosebleed brought on by stress, suddenly found the guts to speak up. I saw David pacing the halls the night. Tama went into shock. He kept whispering on the phone, "Make sure it's done. She can't talk." I thought he was just emotional, but now I'm scared I missed something. An anonymous hospital source, identifying herself as Noor, DM'd a gossip blogger. Enormous. If that doesn't make you shudder, just wait till you learn about the missing vials, an insider from the hospital's pharmacy department. Indeed, the same night when Tamela's condition deteriorated, 3 vials of potassium chloride were reported missing, according to another anonymous hero. Chloride of potassium. You are aware of the precise substance utilized in deadly injections? Is it a coincidence? Not when the person in charge of that storage unit was Jackie? It didn't make logic. According to the whistleblower, 3 vials were missing from the inventory when Jackie approved a medicine document. The hospital buried the complaint when we brought it to their attention. Tama was in intensive care the following morning. It's not right. According to reports, the FBI is currently probing around. 2 agents were spotted outside of Dr. Jackie's clinic, according to sources, requesting a security video. As for David, man, one was even spotted with what seemed to be a brown evidence bag. He has stopped posting on social media and has completely gone into ghost mode. There was no response from his spokesperson. Not a single motivational TikTok. Not even a Bible phrase on Instagram stories that is passive-aggressive. Weapons of that sort might develop, but they won't thrive. But you guys are loud, and the quiet is loud. Remember that a Tamela Mann is still alive and recuperating at a private facility that is monitored 24/7. Some claim that she is now cognizant and even speaks in hushed tones to close relatives. However, an inside nurse claims that she has never once requested to see David. Gospel celebrities from all throughout, The nation are taking sides in the meanwhile. This mysterious tweet was made by Kirk Franklin, who toured with the men in the past. Sheep need to hone their prayers when wolves dan church garb. Phew. Shade directly attacked Leandria Johnson on TikTok, saying, "Y'all tried to clown me for drinking on stage, but at least I'm not poisoning anybody." On Tama's article, Yolanda Adams even posted an old throwback with a caption, "Love always triumphs. Please pray for Dilla." The most startling development, though, is that Dr. Jackie's attorney has already launched a countersuit. That's correct. She is suing David Mann for medical sabotage, defamation, and coercion, alleging that he threatened her with church property investments, money, and fame, and that he offered her $50,000 in cash and a feature on the gospel reality Showmans of Faith in exchange for making Tamel rest permanently. You can't make this stuff up, but perhaps we did. Perhaps we did. In any case, if David is arrested, Dr. Jackie's legal team is reportedly attempting to negotiate a plea deal. And if that occurs, all the messy hospital business may be revealed in court. Apparently, this is not David's first time engaging in shady activities. Recall that former assistant who sued him in 2019 for emotional abuse and misappropriating church funds? That case was quietly settled, and now she's tweeting once more, claiming, "Told y'all he was dangerous." God dislikes unattractive things. But wait, let's talk about the motivation. According to sources, David wanted to harm Tama, his own wife, of 35 years, because she refused to give him creative control or a financial cut when she began working on her own gospel fashion line, Saved and Styled. So, what happens now? Well, as the legal drama heats up, gospel fans are divided. Some still stand by David, calling it a smear campaign by Satan. Others are organizing digital prayer. According to some insiders, he was jealous of her growing fan base and independence. "I liked being the funny one," said a former tour manager. But lately, people have been showing up for Tama. Dr. Jackie is reportedly trying to sign a book deal, with the working title being Pills, Prayers, and Poison: My Life Inside the Gospel Machine. Phew, y'all. After this one, we're going to need church and popcorn. Meanwhile, Netflix producers have reportedly contacted Tiffany about a DOA series called Holy Hell, the Mann family scandal, because, of course, they did. One thing is certain. Then, as this tumultuous storm of treachery, secrets, injections, lawsuits, and gospel tears continues to intensify, this was not merely a medical emergency. Rather, it was a faith quake, and now the entire church community is rocked. David Mann attempted to play God, but by the time the choir stopped singing, even the devil is revealed. Saints, keep an eye out, because if this is only the first act, Act 2 might just split. I mean, David Mann allegedly plotted to take out Tamela Mann, his wife, his ride or die, his Jesus-singing soulmate. If this isn't a twisted Lifetime movie in the making, I don't know what is. Let's be honest. Do you believe it? If you've read this far, congratulations. This isn't just another gospel scandal, but a full-blown betrayal of biblical proportions. Sin, please share your thoughts below, because this one is going to have the entire congregation talking. Do you believe Tama was actually targeted? Or are we seeing the ultimate cover-up that has been developing for years under the gospel glow as David the criminal or the fall guy? Remember, these church celebrities have layers and legacies, and when the masks fall off, honey, the truth hits harder than a Sunday sermon. If you're shocked by this turn of events, please hit the subscribe button to ensure you don't miss the next explosive expose. We're going deeper than Shade Room, TMZ, and your grandmother's prayer circle combined. And believe me, this isn't the last twist in this holy horror show. There will be more secrets, more scandals, and most likely another pastor with a burner phone soon. Remain vigilant, remain woke, and for heaven's sake, check your tea before you drink it. Subscribe now. Leave a comment below and forward this to someone who still believes that Sunday best equals trustworthy halos. Until next time,